That's true, Raven. Oh my God, yo! Feeling a bit adventurous, you decide to hop on the railing and admire the view from the top. Raven, me and you had the same. We had the same reaction, girl. All right, what's up, y'all? We back. Episode 30, The Unexpected. Okay, the soldier bringing in his cloth, right? The elite soldier said, "I've retrieved more slow-fall devices from the smithy, Your Majesty." King Neely said, "How many elite soldiers are still unequipped?" He said, "Only a few." King Neely said, "Other than the few, we need additional slow-fall devices just to be prepared. How much longer will it take?" He said, "They should all be done with the next shipment of Zubian silk, Your Majesty." Neely said, "Good. Gather the men. It's time for some tactical planning. We'll be meeting in the war room. They'll have until the third bell to get there, so hurry up." The soldier said, "Right away, Your Majesty." "Hurry up, you're not moving fast enough, man." All right, y'all, here go Prince Alec. Remember Prince Alec locked up in the locked up in the castle. Look at King Davis. Look at King Davis. Prince Alec said, "Father." He said, "What you doing here? I made it very clear about where you should be until Queen Giselle agrees to marry." Alex said, "But Father, even if I proposed to her, she still wouldn't accept. You know that, bro. She already announced her brother as her next successor. I just don't think." Neela said, "Then you intimidate her, Clay Brain." "Bloody hell, Alec. I need to teach you how to mate with her and secure the throne with an heir too?" "I gotta teach you how to do everything. Bro, you useless. Why I'm being punished with such incapability in my bloodline?" "Whatever. Just get out of my way." "I got Gregolia's future to secure. By myself, as usual." Look at him walking back. He moonwalking, y'all. Okay, in the Gregolian Palace war room, King Neely said, "Before we start, did any soldier arrive after the third bell?" The soldier said, "Everybody from the first division arrived before the third bell, Your Majesty. Same with second division. They've been waiting outside the door before the second bell." He said, "Good. I expect nothing less of my elite soldiers. So this is what y'all came up with?" They said, "Yes, Your Majesty. With the fjord at the back of the Euthanian Palace, I think..." What's going to... Oh, they just telling the plan. Okay, we can't know the plan. Like we, the suggestions crew. King Neela said, "What is this idiocy? The plan is to slip all my elite soldiers into the Athenian Palace, yes. But I'm not going to sneak in. I'm the king of Gregolia. I'll be charging in as King Cletus witnesses that in fear." The elite soldier said, "Of course, Your Majesty. Please forgive us." King Neela said, "Give me the battle plan. I'll show y'all how it's done." Okay, look at Alec listening, y'all. "Alec, you need to go to Ethania too, because your boo there." King Neela said, "Listen to me very carefully, you two. After our warships have reached the mountain, I want all my elite soldiers to get off the warships and head for the cliff. All of you await my smoke signal at the vantage point. Make sure they're all equipped and ready to jump off. I'll be on a warship with Alec and Maria." Look at the warship, y'all. "We'll sail into the fjord. Once you see my smoke signal, jump off the cliff with your slow fall devices and land behind the back gate." Y'all look at this plan, y'all. Look at the drawing of the palace. That's pretty. "I want you two to open the gate for me and escort me to the throne room. And the rest of my elite soldiers to clear out all the resistance. I expect King Cletus, the Night Raven, and all his empresses to be in the throne room when I get there." The soldier said, "As you desire, Your Majesty. We'll make the preparations and inform the men." Neela said, "Good. The next shipment of Zubian silk should arrive within a fortnight. Ready the men and have them start familiarizing themselves with the devices. Start counting the days. We'll move out at dawn on the 13th day." Okay, y'all, they plotting. They plotting our downfall, anything, you know? Alec, do something. Do something about it. All right, sometime later, anything, you. Oh my God, y'all. It's the green scarf man. Remember, he ran off. Look at this girl, y'all. The tavern wench. The tavern wench said, "How dare you come into the tavern without any silvers, you lout?" He said, "Pink-haired lady no love me? But pink-haired lady took me to bed and climbed on me yard. Oh my God. Me love you, bosomy lady. Me felt very good." Y'all, why he talking like this now? He was talking in complete sentences before now. You playing. You playing, green scarf man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all. She said, "If you ever step foot in here again, I'll chop off your manhood. Period, sis." that man bloody, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Just another sunny day, anything. Where you get that cupcake from? With the bid threat eliminated and all the taxes lifted until the next spring, it's been a pleasant sight among the commoners. Where is all this food coming from? Everyone loves you as their new queen and love the things you've done for Ethania. Okay, Queen Jess out here, you know? I said with the third round of training completed, there are now more than 50 men and women in the militia. Are you ready to train more recruits leaders? Militia leader Levi said, certainly, Your Majesty. And militia leader Aisha said, a lot of villagers have been inquiring about joining the militia, Your Majesty. I'm eager to start the next round of training. I said, y'all been doing well the past few months without me. Aisha said, this military wouldn't have been formed without you, Your Majesty. As much as you are our queen, our inspiration, we cannot be selfish and take up all your time. Levi said, indeed. Moreover, His Majesty would want his only royal guard by his side, too. Please leave the militia to us. You've done all the hard work, girl. This ain't your burden to carry no more. Okay, completely overwhelmed by your new duties as the Queen of Ethania, you and Josh picked two promising militiamen to take over the training. With that going so well, it appears your job as the militia trainer has finished. The commoners are now in good hands, and they'll be able to defend themselves eventually. Winter's almost here, whether I decide to hop on that glider or not. It's still reassuring to know our people can handle themselves now. You want to head back to the palace, Tank Top? He said, of course, Your Majesty. Okay, bye, y'all. Why that girl ain't Kirsty? That one in the purple hair. I saw you. I saw you. Okay, look at Madam Raquel, y'all. Hello, Queen. Madam Raquel said, good evening, Your Majesty. That's right, address me as Queen. Oh, no, I said, you don't have to be so formal with me, girl. She said, I'm a madam and an example to the other empresses in the palace. If I don't treat my queen with the proper respect, it could be a bad influence on them, Your Majesty. I said, always so careful. King Cletus said, Raquel is the most cautious person in the palace. That's to be expected. Did you come to talk to me about something? Yeah. I went to check on the militia today. Raquel said, let me leave, because this don't concern me. Have a good evening, y'all. All right, bye, girl. You could have stayed. You could have stayed, sis. You don't want to be a part of this or not? I said, it's good to see Raquel finally stepping up to handle some of the court duties. As a madam, she spent most of her life in Ethania concealing herself because of House Salvador. King Cletus said, for sure. Raquel is actually quite resourceful. I didn't expect her to have so much knowledge about politics, the economy, or even ways to improve agricultural production. Apparently, she was also trained to rule a kingdom just like I was. I said, as first princess of Zubia, she was probably expected to rule. Unlike in Ethania, princesses are allowed to rule in Zubia. Actually, Ethania is the only kingdom without a female ruler in its history. He said women's roles were very different in Ethania until you came and changed everything. I mean, period. I understand the importance of traditions, bro, but look at Queen Giselle. She single-handedly lifted the economy of Lothric. The people love her as their queen. I wonder if Ethania has ever disregarded a princess as resourceful, like Queen Giselle, just because she's a woman. He said possibly, but then again, Ethanian princesses were never trained to rule. I said, maybe it's time for a change then, bro. He said, maybe. Unfortunately, I don't have a daughter yet. It would be pointless to make such a big change without an initiative. For now, we should get back to the matters at hand. I said, okay. He said, how was the militia? I said, the third batch of training is finished. They're doing well without me. I think the militia leaders are ready for more responsibilities. I came here to make a suggestion. He said, of course. With winter approaching, it's going to get too cold for some of the villagers to train in the courtyard. Also, now that the new recruits have just finished their training, more people are eager to join the militia. I think it's time for the militia to have its own garrison. That way, we can do all the recruitment and training there. King Cletus said, I suppose we could spare some resources for that. You got a location? Should we build it right outside the palace or have it closer to the villagers? I said, if we plan to recruit more militia, we're going to need a garrison in every city. As for the one in the capital, I suggest building it right next to the east entrance. It won't block the trade route in the northern gate, and I can help monitor the militia straight from the palace. He said, very well, I'll make the arrangements in the morning. Okay, I'll come help with the planning. He said, you done enough for this place, sis. I can handle a little planning. All right, suit yourself. Suit yourself. Just trying to run stuff around here, you know what I'm saying? Is something on your mind? He said, Jess, I've been thinking about abolishing Ethania's draft system. What you think? About time, look. I think that's a good idea. Why are you thinking that? He said, regardless of the authenticity of our marriage, having a queen like you made me realize how ineffective the draft system is. You're the best queen Nathaniel could ever have, and you don't have a drop of noble blood in you. The sole purpose of the draft system was to enrich the number of empresses that could preserve the royal bloodline. But the conflict between my empresses over the ages has defeated that purpose. Harald, Lotharic, Zubia, none of them have palaces full of empresses. Even a tyrant like King Nelis has only crowned one queen. I said, he has a queen. Why didn't she come to the grand conference? He said, Queen Yvette is passed. She gave her life giving birth to Prince Alec and Princess Maria. Oh, my bad. He said, my late father has had his empresses too, but he was faithful to my mother. Even though I was their only son, it appeared that having just one queen was adequate to secure an heir. Okay, what happened to the empresses after your father passed? He said they all passed after growing old in the palace. Okay, they were picked to serve the king in a draft, just to end up living in the palace unnoticed by the king as their youth fades away. But still, his parents died from old age. And when they died, they couldn't have been any older than 60. On top of low birth rate, Athenians must have hella short lifespans. He said, what you thinking? I said, I was just thinking about the empresses. How many of the concubines and consorts are actually willing to grow old in this palace? Even Madame Raquel. I think we both know she married you to protect Zubia. She ain't love you. If you do this, I think you should give them a choice to leave the palace while they're still young. He said, as much as I love to do that, I'm still a man, Jess. Oh my God. I said, you don't need 1,000 women in the palace to make you more of a man, bro. He said, you may be my queen, but our marriage is not real, girl. You ain't trying to give it up. I got needs. Okay, of course you do. I said, well, you definitely don't need all of them, bro. Give them a choice. I'm sure some of them will be willing to stay. He said, I'll think about it. We can talk further about this after I consulted Arthur. As for now, would you like to join me for dinner? I said, I appreciate that, bro, but I'm exhausted. I'll just have a light dinner at my estate tonight. Just bring me a little snacky snack. He said, all right. All right, good night. All right, y'all, look at me in the graveyard. The Solana. Oh, Solana buried in the palace? Okay. It's been a year since you've been gone. I miss you so much, sis. But I'm queen now. Look at my tiara. I wish I could pass you this ruby tiara, you know? I don't know if it will make you happy, but that's what you would have wanted. I was never meant to marry this man and be a queen in some weird world. I was just a 19-year-old college girl. Hell, I wasn't even legal drinking age. Right, can't even have me some tequila. It's Cinco de Mayo, you know what I'm saying? I'm allowed to marry by law, though. How ironic is that? Even if it's just a fake political marriage without me sleeping with my husband. I've done so much for Athenia. I just wish you were here to witness all the changes I brought to this world. This world is not the same without you. It's gonna snow soon. In a month or two, I'll finally head back home. Just to think, my initial purpose to enter the draft with you was to find a way home. Instead, I've been stuck here for almost 2 years. And because of that, I lost you. It's crazy. You look down and read the title engraved on Solana's tombstone. Madame Solana of House Duran, bearer of the Azure Tiara. A title that she never got to be addressed with. And a piece of jewelry she never had a chance to wear. Nothing I'll do here will ever change all the bad things that have happened in this world. People were wrong, killed, misguided. I tried my best to change Athenia, but it's just a small part of this world. There's much I haven't explored, even the changes I brought into Athenia. How long will they last once my influence over here is no more? They might just go back to wearing long dresses and drafts and stuff. No matter what I choose, this is the life I'm living right now. I can't get carried away as long as I have this ruby tiara on top of my head. Okay, look at me, y'all. I'm cute. You know what I'm saying? Look how dirty my attire is, girl. I'm possibly the first Athenian queen who gets her shoes muddy on a daily basis. If you were here, you'd be judging me so hard, girl. But if you were here, I wouldn't even be wearing this attire in the first place. Y'all, this is sad. R.I.P. to my sis, you know what I'm saying? You look at Solana's tombstone one last time. Just a couple more months, girl. Then I'll finally be home. Thank you for all you've done for me. You'll forever be my best friend in both worlds. My rider, girl. I'll never forget you, Solana. R.I.P. to my sis, you know what I'm saying? This for her. None of the Athenian queens were ever tasked with anything other than their empress court duties. That's why Mara Salvador had so much time to plot against the other empresses, right? But everything changes now. With King Cletus's full support, you can now provide your insight on various kingdom matters. That's how a real queen is supposed to be, after all. Prejudice on gender will only take away opportunities and eventually limit advancement. Message. For the good of Athenia, that needs to change. Madame Raquel, being the first Zubian princess and all, has finally come out of her shell. This woman is an even sharper blade than Mara Salvador. Raised to rule Zubia, she had the determination to sacrifice her throne and happiness for her kingdom. The fact that she was the only empress Mara Salvador never tried to plot against, even though she was a madam, speaks volumes about her willpower and intelligence. She had just been keeping a low profile, even now. She tries her very best to hide her shine, but it's hard to conceal how much she actually knows. If she were to rule Zubia, you know she would be just as good as Queen Giselle. Discussing politics with two women on a daily basis is still a new experience for King Cletus. But over these past 2 years, he's learned that there's only so much he could do as the sole ruler of a huge kingdom. One person is often biased, especially when given so much power. To rule a kingdom well, he needs more than just Advisor Arthur's insight. You may not remain as the Athenian queen forever, but whatever you started has already made a difference, period. In a conservative world like this, all it might have needed was a pioneer like you. The abolition of the draft system, unfortunately, would have to be delayed due to Advisor Arthur's health condition. As the king's advisor, his input is required for something so revolutionary. Oliver is well aware of his father's decline in health. Soon, it'll be up to him to continue his father's work. Though reluctantly, Oliver married the well-read noblewoman, Lady Diana. Alas, no matter how many books she's read, it won't matter if she doesn't know how to utilize what she's learned. Compared to Catherine Salvador, Lady Diana is merely a blank piece of well-crafted vellum. When the time comes, the young advisor will have to carry this burden alone, and he knows it. He has no one else to rely on. Look at them, y'all. Okay, y'all, look at my nephew. All these concubines and consorts and stuff. I said it's good to see everybody out here today. Raven said, indeed, your majesty, even though winters in Ethenia aren't too cold, it's still not good to come out unless the sun is warm enough, especially when all the children of the king are to rest in the nursery at nights. These sunny afternoons are all the time a mother has to spend with her child. I said, I'm aware of the nursery rule, Raven, but I always wondered why it was established. It just seems quite unreasonable to separate mothers from their children at night. She said that was established by the late King Flaris, your majesty. Flaris? It's to prevent empresses from their children to alter his majesty's decision regarding night attendance. Prior to this rule, the late Athenian empresses often used their children to capture the king's attention. And it was always the innocent children who ended up paying the price. I said, what you mean? She said about 35 years ago, King Phalaris was the king of Ethenia. He had many empresses. Because of his love for children, his empresses often used their children to request night attendance from King Phalaris. Concubine Cecilia had a pair of beautiful twins. She spent days training her princess to dance and teaching her prince to recite poems. At night, the twins would run to the royal quarter and invite King Phalaris to spend the night at their mother's. Eventually, King Phalaris neglected his queen and the empresses. One night, concubine Cecilia was waiting for the twins to come back with King Phalaris, but they never came back. Okay, so where'd they go? She said nobody knew exactly, but King Phalaris had his men search everywhere and found the twins' bodies in the well right inside the concubine quarter. Somebody killed the kids. They never found out who did it or how it happened. I said, how could anybody have the heart to harm two innocent children? Raven said an empress even murdered her own child just to frame the queen, your majesty. It's frightening how far an empress would go just to gain an upper hand in the power game. Okay, all the more reason to abolish that draft system, you know what I'm saying? You turn around and take a look at all the empresses. Too many women have suffered, Raven. I feel all the empresses in this palace are being punished just for existing. Once Advisor Arthur gets better, I'll need to talk to him. No more drafts, no more empresses. These consorts gossip all day and often get into trouble. They ain't even seen the inside of the royal quarter since they become empresses. Considering they all entered the palace before I did, it's only natural for them to be frustrated all the time. Once the empress and draft system is abolished, I'm going to give them a chance to go home and remarry. She said, I'm sure they would treasure the chance you give them to live their own lives, girl. We'll see about that. I ain't really asked for your advice, Raven. I feel like some of them will assume I'm kicking them out to get his majesty all to myself. At any rate, I need to go take a look at the garrison site before the sun goes down. Come on, sis, let's go. She said, of course. Okay, meanwhile in Gregolia, look at King Neelis. Look at King Neelis, y'all. Alex said, you call, father? He said, I know you've been exchanging letters with Queen Giselle, Alex. What you mean? He said, father, I can explain. He said, there's no need to be shy in front of your father, Alec. So you finally listened to me for once and proposed to Queen Giselle, huh? There might just be some hope for you yet, my son. Okay, why he looking like this? Neela said, get me Lothric, Alec. Prove to me that you can carry on my legacy. Alec said, your legacy? Neela said, the day you marry Queen Giselle shall be the day of your coronation, my son. Alec said, oh. King Neela said, I know I've always been harsh with you, but seeing how you finally come around, I think I raised you right. Not you think. Make your father proud, Alec. Alex said, of course, father, I won't disappoint you. He said, I'm glad to hear it. At any rate, I called you here for a different reason. I have a surprise for both you and Maria. Where's your sister? Alex said she was trying on the new gowns imported from Harral. She should be here soon. Neela said, that's why Maria will never be a good queen. She bad at prioritization, you know what I'm saying? I love Maria, but you always been my first choice for the throne, Alec. Alex said, father, I don't know what to say, bro. Maria said, say what, brother? Look at all this pink. Neela said, my dear daughter, we were just talking about you, girl. I see you got yourself some foreign attire. Y'all look at the, ugh. It's too much. Maria said, look at my new Haralian dress, father. It actually matches my hair. That's what the problem with it. Neela said, you're the prettiest princess no matter what you wear, girl. Maria said, why are we meeting at the dock, father? Are you finally showing me where the oysters filled with the rare pearls are? Neela said, no, girl. No, we're not. We're sailing to Ethania in the morning. Ethania shall be mine tomorrow night. And you'll get your revenge on that night raven who insulted you. She said, what? We going to war? Alex said, you sure about this, father? What about the treaties? King Neela said, after I gain control of King Cletus's new army, I'll have enough men to stand against Harral, Zubia, and Lothric. Moreover, Lothric is pretty much ours. Right, Alec? Alec said, I suppose, if Queen Giselle want to marry me. But in all-out war like this, father, so many people will die. Neela said, that's how kingdoms are formed, bro. Underneath the very ground you walking on lies thousands of skulls of the lives our ancestors defeated. Such is the cost of glory and wonder, my son. That's crazy. That's crazy. Maria said, we just marching into Ethania, father? He said, no, we'll only be taking elite soldiers, and we'll be taking these warships. Since we're not going there on foot, the water route to Ethania will only take half a day. Everything will be done within a day's time. I'll be sitting on the Athenian throne tomorrow night. Maria said, but how, father? Wouldn't the Athenians retaliate? He said, here's what we're going to do. Okay, look at him telling. Look at Maria nodding. This crazy. Alec, don't let your daddy do this, bro. Your girlfriend sitting in Ethania too? Okay, this is me. I said Raven. Y'all, I didn't see myself. Raven said, yes, your majesty. Oh, there I am. I said, half an age ago, I entered the palace with Solana, and Mara Salvador demoted me to be a maid. You still remember my first night here cleaning with you and Zeddy? She said, I'm sorry for making you clean with us back then, your majesty. I shouldn't have. Girl, that ain't what I'm saying. I was a maid back then. Cleaning was my duty, too. I was a maid. I forgot all about that, y'all. Everything I've experienced back then made me who I am today. Just because I'm queen now don't mean I'm ashamed of what I was in the past. If anything, I'm pretty proud of all the hardship I had to overcome to get here. Raven said, as you should be, your majesty. You're an inspiration to us all. I said, we cleaned this balcony so many times at this very spot. Yet I never had a chance to admire how beautiful this view actually is. I guess it was hard to admire the beauty around me when I was constantly living in fear. Raven said, having such limited time didn't help too, your majesty. We could not afford getting distracted from our duties. That's true, Raven. Oh my God, yo! Oh my God. Yo! That scared the daylights out of me. I did not know what was going on this game. Oh my God. Feeling a bit adventurous, you decide to hop on the railing and admire the view from the top. Raven, me and you had the same, we had the same reaction, girl. Raven said, get back down, girl, please. This is too dangerous. The winter night breeze brushes you from head to toe, sending you chills all over. Good heavens, if it isn't the best feeling ever. I said, I'm fine, girl, don't worry. I have to do this at least once. What you, y'all. At this spot, you can look past the walls around the Athenian palace. In the distance, a villager woman is pointing at the moon, talking to her child, probably explaining to her son about the moon and stars. When it's this late at night and the villagers still feel safe enough to keep their front doors open, you know you've done well with this kingdom. With a deep breath, you close your eyes and relax your body thoroughly, letting the night breeze embrace you as you listen to the sound of the night. Just another peaceful night, anything you. With your eyes loosely shut, you start thinking about the future of this world you've stumbled upon. The garrison will start being built soon, and the draft system will also be abolished. All the empresses will get a chance to leave the palace. Your job here will be done, and you can finally get back to where you came from. Everything is falling into place, or so it seems. In the meantime, look at this ship, y'all. This soldier said, any sign? You see him or nah? He said, nothing yet. He said, bloody hell, I'm nervous. What if this device doesn't work? Look how high the cliff is. I can't even see the bottom. This soldier said, still a better way to die than being tortured to death for deserting. He said, brother, I may be nervous, but I'm nowhere near stupid enough to even think of deserting. Let's just hope this will be over quickly. I don't fancy the idea of fighting the palace guards, army, and militia together. He said, we're taking such a high risk just to strike them when they least expect it. Even with His Majesty, His Highness, and Her Highness are coming. This plan must work. He said, may it be so. Okay. Yeah, there go the sign. Cuckoo, they there. Okay, that's the signal, y'all. That's the signal. For blood and glory, brothers. Let's go. Okay, look at them, y'all. Oh my God, look at them jumping. Y'all. Y'all look at them parachuting. That's crazy. They running up. Oh my God. Look at them, y'all. Look at the guard. Look at the guard. Guardsman Don said, what the? Oh no! Don! Oh my God. The soldier said, the rest of us will be here shortly. We'll clear the road for them. To the royal quarter, brothers. Kill anybody who gets in our way. Y'all look at this. They storming the castle. Okay, look at me sleep, y'all. I'm cute. It's rather late at night. You're in a deep sleep on your soft bed until the sounds of clashing metal in the distance wake you up from your dream. Okay, what's that noise? Suddenly, you hear another clashing sound, slightly louder this time. That almost sounded like weapons. What's going on? Wait, if there was an intruder, Josh would have notified me by now. And there's no way all the guardsmen would be so quiet still. Probably just some guardsmen dueling somewhere. I should probably check it out though. Better safe than sorry. Okay, Raven. Look at Raven. Raven said, yes, Your Majesty. Is everything all right? I said, you hear something down the hallway? She said, I ain't hear nothing, Your Majesty. Okay, was it just me? Am I tripping? Raven said, what's happening, Your Majesty? I said, I heard some weird noises. They're probably nothing. But I want to check it out just to be sure. It's highly improper for the Athenian queen to be out of the chamber at night, just to check on some weird noises. But having known you since your first day in the palace, Raven knows there's no stopping you once you make up your mind, period. So get my clothes on, right? I'll be back shortly. All right, bye, Raven. Okay, back at the throne room. Y'all look at that's crazy. These soldiers are doing nothing. Oh my God, y'all look at King Cletus. The lead soldier said, give it up, Ethania King. Your reign is over. Cletus said, Gregolia will not take Ethania this easy. I'll defend my kingdom until my last breath. He said, oh, you wouldn't be allowed to die even if you wanted to, Your Majesty. Our king has great plans for you. Take him down, brothers. His Majesty awaits. Y'all, look at Tank Top. They about to jump you. The elite soldier said, took down one of us in a single blow, huh? Guess the rumors about Ethania's sightless royal guard are true. Josh said, I'll take down every single one of y'all, period. Y'all ain't gonna lay a finger on my king. Look at him laughing. He said, I'll admit, royal guard, you're a valiant fighter. One-on-one, none of us can take you on. But we not dueling right now, are we? We about to jump you. There's dozens of us in the way. How many of us can you stop? He said, I'll stop enough to bring shame to you honorless Gregolians. Oh, shoot. Period, Tank Top. Y'all can't click. They jumping my folks. What's going on here? This soldier said, not bad for a snobby king. He said, unlike your cowardly king, an Ethania king can fight his own battles, period. He said, is that so, Your Majesty? The arrogant elite soldiers chortle as they raise their swords at King Cletus. With all his strength, King Cletus tries to fence off all three swords, but he's just one man. Oh no! Eventually, the jeweled golden sword falls to the ground as the Athenian king loses his grip on the weapon. Josh said, "Your Majesty." The soldier said, "Watch out for the royal guard. Watch out for Tank Top." Did he just take down 4 of us all by himself, sightless and unarmed? Yeah, period. Come on, Tank Top. Y'all look at Tank Top. Kick it. Come on, Tank Top. Drop kick it, folks. No matter how well trained the Gregolian elite soldiers are, they are still no match for Tank Top, period. Josh said, "Just one left." Oh shoot, look at him. Run! Under normal circumstances, Royal Guard Josh would chase the intruder down. But since he's the only Royal Guard, leaving his king unprotected isn't the wisest decision at the moment. Josh said, "Are you alright, Your Majesty?" He said, "I'm fine, just a few cuts and scrapes here and there." King Nilus finally did it, Josh. By sending his men to assassinate me, he started a war. We need to send word to... Josh said, "Your Majesty." What? He said, "I hear heavy footsteps. A lot of armed men are approaching. You need to get out of here. I'll hold them back for as long as I can." Okay, run! King Cletus said, "I knew King Nilus wouldn't just send a few men to attack me. He's smarter than that." Josh said, "We need to get to the barracks, Your Majesty. They're almost here." Okay, am I the heavy footsteps? I said, "What the heck? What happened here?" The very sight of you emerging from the throne room door has petrified King Cletus. You can see immense fear in his eyes. Look at his eyes, y'all. I said, "Listen, it's just me in my red dress. I ain't one of them red armored men. Who are these people? What happened here?" King Cletus said, "Jess, listen to me. We need to..." Oh, shoot. The elite soldier said, "That's the Royal Guard, Your Majesty. He took 7 of us down. Look at him snitching. Y'all, that's crazy." Look at all these people. Y'all. And King Nilus. Y'all. I said, "Really, Alec? Really, bro? What's the meaning of this?" With guilt in his eyes, the Gregolian prince looks away, avoiding your gaze. Maria said, "You should have just born a son for my brother, wench." King Nilus said, "So we meet again, King Cletus." King Cletus said, "You really think you can get away with this, bro? You violated the treaties. You'll face the wrath of all 4 kingdoms." King Nilus said, "The wrath of 4 kingdoms? We both know once I sit on that golden throne behind you, your newly formed army will have no choice but to obey me. And what can your guardsmen or even that militia of yours do? Throw pebbles at my huge army? Y'all, I'm going to conscript your men into my own army. Then we'll see which of the 2 kingdoms has the courage to take on Gregolia and Lothric together." King Cletus said, "What?" He said, I forgot to mention, my son is going to marry Queen Giselle, King Cletus. Lothric is pretty much mine. That pretty little queen only has a small army. Unlike you, who has a newly formed army, numerous guardsmen, and a commoner formed militia together. Thank you for all your hard work, bro." King Cletus said, "They'll die before they bend their knees, miscreant. You have no honor." King Nilus said, My, King Cletus. How many wars have been won with honor? Your weaklings and your sentiment are the very reason of your downfall." The presumptuous Gregolian king turns his gaze from King Cletus to the royal guard next to him. Without his sight, Royal Guard Josh is not aware that the Gregolian king's attention is on him. Though not very obvious, you can sense his immense resentment towards the uninvited Gregolian guest. Nilus said, "I heard rumors of Athenia's royal guard. It's sad you can carry no emotions and bear no sight. You are your king's weapon, and you do not question." Knowing King Nilus is talking to him, Tank Top narrows his eyes. His rage is glaring, and he doesn't care about a single word that just came out of King Nilus's mouth, period. Nilus said, "Took down 7 of my best men, huh? You know what? I like you, young man. Killing you would be such a waste. Why don't you serve a real king instead?" Josh said, "Apologies, sir. I've been serving the one true king in this throne room. I'll die before I take orders from a despicable coward who calls himself a king, period." Nilus said, "How dare you?" I said, "Josh ain't never gonna bow to you, bro. Your victory won't last. You'll be judged for your actions." You glare at Prince Alec and Princess Maria. Look at them, y'all. I said, "Mark my words, you lowlives. All of y'all will be judged." Right. Take y'all out like we did Mara, you know what I'm saying? King Nilus said, "Look at you with that ruby tiara. You took down the old queen, didn't you?" "I did. I removed bad stains, King Nilus. That's what I do. That's what we do around here, you know what I'm saying?" He said, "You would have been a much better queen for Alec than Queen Giselle would have been. It's such a shame you've been tainted by King Cletus. Now you're merely entertainment to me, Night Raven. I said, I'm not your Night Raven. Stop calling me that, you old fool. Right. He said, good heavens, such a vile tongue you have. You'll be begging for mercy soon enough, little queen. I said, I'll die before I beg for anything from anyone. You don't know me. You don't know me, King Nilus. He said, oh, I plan to explore everything about you soon enough, dear. Every little part of you. Seize them men, take them to the hall. Round up all the empresses and take them there as well. King Nilus eyes you up and down with an evil grin. He said, I always enjoy my appetizers before the main course. Cletus said, this is between you and me, King Nilus. Leave Jess out of this. You want my head? Fine. Leave my people alone. He said, oh, my dear Ethania King, did you really think I came all this way just to take your head? My man could have easily achieved that without my presence. You greatly humiliated me, King Cletus. Nobody disrespects me. Ethania Kings take great pride in their graceful empresses, no? Now I'm going to show you how disgraceful I can make them. Oh my God. And give you a taste of the humiliation. One by one, I'm going to bed all your empresses, bro. And I'm saving your beautiful dark-haired queen for last. She's your one and only after all. I'd like to take my time. Oh my God. Every word out of King Nilus's mouth sends chills down your spine. You'll die before you let this filthy old man lay a finger on you. Right. Drop kick you. You know what I'm saying? But with all these elite soldiers behind him, what can you do? I should have left when I had the chance, bro. Should have left. This is so much worse than falling off that glider. I'm screwed. Okay, no. This ain't the time to panic. I gotta find a way to turn this around somehow. Even when filled with fear, you manage to calm yourself down. You turn around and look at King Cletus and Royal Guard Josh. The Athenian king is staring daggers at King Nilus. You can see his fist shaking with anger. And he biting his lips so hard you can see the blood on his teeth. To him, being killed by King Nilus isn't even the worst. He's frustrated at the fact there's nothing he can do to save you, nor the rest of his empresses from being tormented by this devil of a human being. Josh's anger, on the other hand, seems to have calmed a little. Knowing the Royal Guard, you know he's probably figuring out how to retaliate. Just like you are. If you want to assault me and all the empresses in the hall, the very thought of it is so disturbing that you feel the urge to pull all your hair out. Alright, chill, Jess. You've overcome too much to let one nasty old man ruin it. He can't be bringing his whole army into the main hall. Maybe just a few to hold us down. If Josh alone can take down at least 7 of them, both of us fighting together might just be able to pull this off. Neela said, take them to the ballroom, elite soldiers. Okay, who y'all taking to the ballroom? Not me. Not me, you know what I'm saying? The evil will never triumph over the virtuous. I'll take you down, Nilus, even if I have to sacrifice myself for it. Sacrifice? Wait a minute.